It's a rainy, cold, wet Tuesday morning here in Lagos, Nigeria. We don't know what the weather is like in other parts. We hopefully connect with our correspondents and see what the weather report's saying. But we hope that you've been able to make it, to work safely for those of you who have to begin work early. But those who have to go much later, this is a time to be grateful for flexible work hours and, flexible and hybrid work options, remote work that allows certain people to work from home. But we recognize your importance, which is why come rain, come shine, News Central's Breakfast Central. Where is this snow?
In other countries, man.
Okay. Come rain, come shine, come snow, come winter, autumn, or spring. Breakfast Central will be here, bringing you the latest on stories happening around the country. My name is Olive Emodi, and you're welcome.
And I'm Gbenga, and this weather is just reminiscent of Noah's time. I wish I could talk to Noah that, when all the animals were onboarding, please just leave snake and mosquito. No need, then you can bring the other ones. And vulture, please. I don't know what the use of vulture is.
There's one man in Ghana now.
You know the Yoruba word for vulture?
What's it?
Igun.
What's the implication of that?
No, it's just...
It's a funny name, right?
It's a terrible animal.
Igun.
Yeah, that's why football, football teams have nicknames after different things.
Eagles.
In animals, in Africa, we like animals.
Eagles.
Super Eagles of Nigeria, elephants of Cote d'Ivoire, and things like that. Then the Beninois football team, they were called the Squirrels of Benin. They used to beat them every time. Squirrel is a cute animal. That's why they used to be there. They now change it to lions, brown lions.
And how did they do it since
they've been winning now. How can you choose a meek animal, rabbit or squirrel? You have to go for.
What do you usually take before you come to work?
Coffee.
Good morning.
Oh my God. It's good to have you join us on Breakfast Central. This very rainy Tuesday morning in the city of Lagos. I really can envisage what we're going to see later.
It's gonna be
reports of flash flooding. It's been raining since 3 o'clock in the morning.
I woke up
and high intensity rain. I mean, at this point, you can't blame. This is an act of God. You can't blame drainages and.
No, you can't.
You can still blame
to a certain degree.
You can still blame.
It's bad. By the way, welcome to
bad
Breakfast
roads
Central.
become the effect of bad roads become worse during rainy season. But please,
it's bad. It's bad, and I think the advent of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road is now impacting on the Lekki Expressway. Anybody who dares to challenge, I say, come on board, welcome. Let's talk about it. If you are passing through Lekki Road this morning, you have every reason to shout like a popular social media advocate would shout when people are not doing well in the housing estates. You have the reason to shout the governor's name this morning. The roads are dark.
Yes.
Pothole ridden, especially
See,
Chevron.
I have every reason to shout
junction.
this morning, to shout the governor of Lagos State, to shout his name so hard. The roads are bad. There's no street lights. Funny enough, we had screamed about Lagos roads just last month, and it seems like the governor listened very quickly, and they quickly did what they call makeup.
Yeah, patch. But the rains have washed away the makeup.
Oh my goodness, you need to see the roads.
On the way to work this morning, I was sharing with you behind the scenes. On the way to work this morning, my driver fell into a hole because he didn't know that there was a hole there. Right, the road was really bad. He felt, when he came, he was drenched and he had an umbrella.
Oh, that's so
and I said, what happened? They said, I fell into a gutter. You know how bad that could have turned out? Yes. It could have really gone left quite easily. And then there's the issue of traffic light. On a normal day, it's hard to be able to get out to major roads when the traffic lights aren't working. So imagine how much worse it is when it's been raining. I have been complaining in particular about the traffic lights at Freedom Way Junction. And I say that thing is an accident waiting to happen. It's not me being negative. It is what it is. I'm not being pessimistic. If it's not fixed, it's an accident waiting to happen. Because there are people trying to get into the expressway at 5 a.m., 4 a.m., and the roads are busy at that time.
Do you know how many accidents I counted this morning? Do you know how many accidents I counted this morning coming to work? Every morning, I encounter at least 1 to 3 accidents on the Lekki Expressway, especially if you're leaving as early as 4 a.m.
Important artery. I am surprised that the government is not embarrassed enough to fix it. That is one of the most important roads in Nigeria because it takes you all the way to Epe, and that's the only way you can get there to the Dangote refinery. Everybody, the pressure on that road is so much.
It's a very key road.
You can't even put street lights, things like street lights, you can't fix it properly. And do you know the amount of revenue in taxes you're generating from that access?
1.something trillion naira.
Just that access. Think about it, the left side of the road, the right side of the road, the amount of residents, land use charge, the companies that are there, and that's the state of the road. It's terrible. I plied that road on Sunday, and I recall just before Chevron, the junction there, and of course the famous Freedom Road junction. Ozumba itself, it's in a terrible state. So,
and talking of Ozumba, we do have an update on that, since it's just Ozumba you want to focus on. Lagos State government announces night repair of Ozumba Mbadiwe Road commencing Monday.
Yesterday.
Yes, 15th to Sunday, 21st. It's called, September 2025, from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. They say the Lagos State government announces plans to carry out repair works on the stretch of Ozumba Mbadiwe Road from Bonicam Junction commencing Monday. And the repair works will take place at night from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Motorists are implored to be patient while driving through the area.
They need to go beyond Ozumba.
That's the directive from the Lagos State Commissioner for Transportation, Mr. Oluwaseun Oshiemi. Mr. Oshiemi, I mean, well done. Good to know that you want to do this. But please, Honorable Commissioner of Transportation, Lagos State, add street light. Just add it. Don't just do the roads. It's terrible. Maybe we can help you, Commissioner for Transportation, to report the accidents that happen on that road every single day. This morning, there were two trucks. This morning, two trucks. It's always like when they're approaching the traffic light, they always climb the covert. Every time. Two this morning. Two of them. I felt so sad for a man who had dressed up going to work. He had a punctured tire. So he was soaked in the rain. He was trying his best. As soon as I passed, I said, oh my goodness.
You sit down and think about their lives and say, you know what? I'm done and I'm out. Until I moved houses, for the longest time, my tires were always getting bad on the Lekki Expressway. On one of such occasions, imagine as a woman, I didn't have a driver at the time. I was driving myself to work. And it was at about 5 a.m.-ish, Joe, right?
Yeah.
It's about past 5.
Yeah, past 5.
And immediately my tire went out. Of course, the area boys were around. I started panicking. I called Joe. Thankfully, Joe was behind me. Wow. And that was how Joe came as my knight in shining armor.
I can be your hero, baby.
Yes. I can be Peleo.
I can be
Anyway, Celine says she drove all night. For we swam all morning. But we're here to bring you a great show. And maybe we should move on from all
No, still talking about the roads.
What's he talking about?
Yes, because Nigeria, Lagos is very boastful about Dirty December, about hosting, about being the largest economy in West Africa. Lagos and Nigeria will be hosting Africa's first UIM E1 World Championships on the Lagos Lagoon. This is very prestigious. Drogba is bringing his friend.
Actors,
celebrities, Tom Brady, everyone. The governor was in Monaco a few months ago. He took pictures with all the celebrities. So they'll be hosting the Lagos leg. I want to ask Mr. Governor that the streets of the Principality of Monaco, do they look like what we witness in Lagos? And you're hosting a world championship. Visitors
they'll fix it.
Tourists will come.
That's what they're fixing.
No, they need to fix the entire stretch. They need to. It shouldn't be cosmetic. We shouldn't fix things because we're expecting visitors. We should fix things because we pay taxes.
The problem is also
great infrastructure.
I'm not holding brief for the government.
Are they fixing it for Tom Brady? Is he paying taxes? I'm paying taxes.
No, so that it will look good. They will remember that Lagos was beautiful when they came.
I'm not holding brief for the government, but I imagine that the bureaucracy and red tape that exists.
They just have to make a comment now.
For all the approvals that will need to happen for these roads to be.
Have you guys moved to Sakatinabu because you are being so sarcastic this morning?
But on a serious note,
let's move on from sad news now. I'm tired of
look into the roads. The roads are deplorable. They are in a bad state. The earlier we can fix the roads And please put light now. There's
Yes.
solar
It's
light.
standard.
If a state is
It
generating
is
over many trillion,
standard.
please let's just
How
put
do you
light.
expect people
We're not
to
asking for
drive
much.
without light
It's
at
risky
night?
enough. I tell you, if you don't open your eyes wide, it's
And
like we're
full-
driving, we're
and
peering
full
into the
beam.
dark
And
every
driving
day.
with full beam, you're blinding
The next person
the
on the other
traffic on the other side.
Anyway, enough of the bad news, gentlemen. It's okay. Take a deep
It's
breath.
not bad news. We're just
It is bad
highlighting
news. It's
the
bad news.
things
It's
that are
sad.
not right.
It's sad news. Okay, take a deep breath. In, out.
Even presenters need therapy.
Exactly.
Yeah, we need therapy.
So now that we've done in and out, let's bring you good news. Guinness World Record confirms Hilda Baci's Nigerian jollof record. She has cooked the largest pot of jollof. And now this has made Hilda Baci a two-time winner of the Guinness World Record. She has set a new Guinness World Record, and this is a record that has never been set by anybody. So it's also double whammy. I won't call it a double whammy. A double win for her.
Yeah.
So you can see the tweet is a new record. It says, largest serving of Nigerian-style jollof rice, 8,780 kilograms. That is, was achieved by Hilda Baci and Gino in Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. That is the report there. They announced this feat on Monday on X, and that was the tweet. Now remember that Hilda Baci's fame rose to limelight after she did the first cookathon that sparked a wave of Guinness World Record applications all across Africa, not just in Nigeria, because our counterparts, our brothers and cousins in Ghana, everybody was trying to break Guinness World Records for love massage, kissing, the most ridiculous things that we had seen. Guinness World Record. I mean, at some point, I'm sure they had to come and be like, there go, who did these beats?
But since then, I mean, we've been having victories, and it's good that she's put Africa and Nigeria in the world.
So can we say that she's
the queen of record breaking?
She's the queen of record breaking.
Yes, she is.
No, there's one footballer that will juggle just.
That guy was doing that for years, and he broke records. Nobody recognized.
But I mean, it's not.
Why.
Let's not lie. It's not something you get too excited about. You juggle ball on your head 8 times, on your backside.
Gbenga, can you juggle even?
I can't do it. So what's the big deal? But this is more.
This is food.
Enriching.
To tell you,
food.
exactly,
Food
this is more enriching. Now, that pot that you saw in the video, it's a really massive pot that took 2 months. It's massive. I knew what you wanted to say. It's massive, baby. It took 2 months for this pot to be built. And she ended up cooking 200 bags of pre-washed basmati rice. And this fed about, I think, over 16,000 people.
See that spoon?
No, because it was very important. I hear, I mean, I wasn't there, but I hear that they were all pre-washed because it was another issue. People, some people went there to look for what to criticize.
Oh, that they didn't wash it.
But the
feedback.
How many bags again?
200 bags
And some
of
say
rice.
the rice, some parts not done, some done,
this-
some parts
All the
dry.
people who are saying
reminiscent,
rubbish, they can
don't
use
mind
their
them,
hands to
exactly.
wipe their mouth. Guinness World Record has declared Hilda a winner,
they hate it.
and people can stay in the corner hating, or they can put Nigeria on the world map. In the contest of jollof, Nigeria has always been contesting with Ghana and with Senegal, but now with this Guinness World Record that Hilda has clinched for us, I think that it puts us again as champions of jollof.
And I'm
around the world.
expecting a response from Ekiti, Chef Dami, to cook the largest pot of
That has done well.
Now this is another video from Ghana, I believe.
Now, guess what's happening?
That's an old one.
An old video.
Yeah.
And I don't think they
This was not for Guinness World
record.
Record. They were just cooking rice.
But this rice looks tantalizing. This particular.
No, they just put more colors.
But let's take a look at the video of the moment where Hilda had a call with Guinness World Record team. It's a very long video, so we might not be able to play all of it.
Yeah,
but maybe you should check her page. It was certainly a tearjerker. You watch it and you get emotional. You see the work that.
You sure get emotional?
Yes, it was a tearjerker.
It's not just to cook rice.
No, it's not just to cook rice. So let's not downplay that. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears was put into achieving that feat. It took Hilda 9 hours, and not just Hilda and an entire team. And I particularly liked and I particularly liked that. She said that the win wasn't just for her; it was for all the chefs who joined her in stirring the pot. Everyone, she was so gracious in giving back the win to everyone else. But let's take a look at this
video. Should have hired Kevin Fitness as one. On Friday.
Yes, it was for all of us.
Yes. Everybody worked really hard. It's good to see.
Yeah. Probably you're quiet.
I am quiet because I'm waiting for like a ready, steady go, or you can talk and we're on and we're running, so I'm waiting for a cue to say we are on.
I'm so nervous.
Are we on? Okay. Good morning. I'll make a start. Good morning, Oreo and Hilda. Absolutely delighted to be here on behalf of Guinness World Records. Delighted to be invited by Hilda and by to adjudicate and verify the largest serving of Nigerian-style jollof rice. So that's the starter. So this is a brand new record. Okay, so this has not been attempted before, and we always like new challenges. Absolutely love new challenges. And so we said, yeah, we like the record, you can go ahead with it. We actually said to you, we set you a minimum of 4,700 kilograms. Okay, remember that number, you two, I'm sure you will, because we'll be checking later to see if you remember that 4,700.
Okay.
But it's not just about the numbers. You will know it's not just about the numbers. We also define the record. So Nigerian jollof rice is defined as rice prepared with pre-boiled rice and traditional Nigerian methods using tomatoes, tomato paste, oil, onion, salt, and spices. The recipe must be pre-approved by Guinness World Records. That's very important. And the ingredients for this record must include a minimum. I've said that already. So further ingredients, local ingredients can be added. But what was important was our discussion on rice must constitute at least 80% of the total.
I wish we could fast forward that video to the end so you get to see the moment they announced her as winner. It was an emotional moment. There were certain conditions that needed to have been met. It wasn't just that she woke up one day.
She was on that course. Yes. She didn't even know it.
No, you don't know yet because you can finish doing all of that and you won't break the world record. There were certain key requirements. One, I think about 70% of the food had to be rice. I think, I'm not sure now. Then also a chef had to certify. Chef Imotada was the one that certified on behalf of Guinness World Records. It had to match Nigerian, so Chef Imotada certified that it matched Nigerian-style jollof because you can't cook your own ingredients or your own recipe and then say that you want to, you just want to go ahead and cook. So you can't wake up today and want to break a Guinness World Record without meeting the criteria. There's a criteria that's listed there. And Hilda made sure to pay attention to details, crossing her T's, dotting the I's, and today she is a champion yet again. So 2 Guinness World Records will be happening. This inspires young boys, young girls to know that whatever they can think of, they can do it.
It's inspired a lot of Nigerians. We've seen the longest weave ever. I don't know what that has to do with. She just, not to rain on our parade, but she made the longest weave. And one of our colleagues, George Essien, Comfort FM in Akwa Ibom, longest radio marathon. Yeah. That was very impressive.
So those things are, for people who look down on Guinness World Record, I think that people don't understand it. So this is the moment where she was told. People don't really understand that. First of all, it's a number of things here. First of all, it's the consistency. You being able to prove to yourself that you can do hard things. Because for you to be a Guinness World Record holder, it shows that you went through a very rigorous process to get there. So the commitment to being able to promise yourself that you will do something and then doing it, I think that's one. And then 2, the global recognition it brings. You can't take away the fact that this totally changed the trajectory of Hilda's life. Before Hilda became a Guinness World Record holder, she had her restaurant, her cooking show. Hilda was a TV presenter as well, like us. So she's had a whole different life after winning Guinness World Record than she had. I think we're the only media house that had access, that interviewed her just, I don't know, but our interview did really well. We interviewed her just before she won the first record. So yes, I think that it's important. Let's
But
let's
some other
celebrate.
Guinness Book of Records are they come naturally, like
E.g.
footballing records, highest goal, blah, blah, blah. Of course, it's hardworking. And I've also seen longest tongue. Have you seen that one before?
Longest what?
Tongue.
Let's move on to our next story, please.
I mean, so from the exceptional to the most ridiculous, you get a whole list of it. And it's always good if you can buy a hard copy of the Guinness Book of Records and put it on your coffee table. It's good entertainment for you.
Yeah, it is. I mean, reading it sometimes, you find
we're
some
growing up,
outrageous
exactly
world records. There's one I read, I think that was 15 years ago. It had to do with the teeth. Anyway.
Or fastest time to bust a balloon with your bum. You know, things like that.
Let's take reactions very quickly before we move on to our next story, because the next one is another story that would interest you. Congratulations, Hilda, on your new Guinness World Record. Please, Guinness World Record, don't forget to also award this guy the first man to be This guy collected rice on both hands. Because when people ask us, how was he going to take the rice?
If you could caption this picture, I will caption this as I just want to make Mama proud.
Yeah, let's take another reaction very quickly. David Offor says, no doubt we have the best jollof rice in Nigeria, and yes, Hilda cooked the largest jollof rice ever in the history of mankind. This is tremendous and commendable. Nigeria is not about bad news alone.
Absolutely.
We get plenty positives too, and we agree.
Yeah,
this is a positive news. Yeah. Let's see, we have more reactions very quickly. Hilda Baci, they use her cooking skills win Guinness World Records. Some of them they use on their own bill, man.
And you, which one do you use?
Woo! Shots fired.
And that's that
Shots
guy. Which
fired.
one do you use your own?
That very dark guy.
Shots fired.
Not try. There's no shots fired here. Some people just wake up and cook up tweets that not really shoot
No,
at
but
anything.
it does happen.
It does happen. We know that. I mean, we've seen it before.
The fact that he's brave enough to say
he has a point.
And he should go and use his own cooking skills. Which one?
No, don't fight. Leave him now. He has his opinion now. Determination pays off. Congratulations, Hilda Baci. The beautiful part of this is that thousands of people were fed. Now, after that, do we have another
almost of biblical
I think pretty much
proportion.
that's all. That's all that we
When
have.
Jesus turned.
But we're told that there's another chef who wants to rival Hilda. Again, we don't know who that
People
chef
should
is.
please be original and think outside the box. If Hilda didn't think of this, would she have done it? There are many other things to do. Please be innovative, be creative, and let's stop this copycat culture. We'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, we still have more wake-up conversations for you. So sit back, relax, and grab your hot cup of coffee or tea, and join us back very soon.
Welcome back. Breakfast Central continues. We're still looking at wake-up conversations. We've got just a few more minutes to go. Good story is up next, and whichever way you want to call it, it's definitely a good story, and it's got to do with the fact that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is coming back today.
Daddy, oh yo.
Yes, he's coming back today. He has cut short his working visit or holiday.
Cut short, no, it's not cut short, it's concluded.
No, he cut it short.
Yeah,
So why did you not tell us it concluded?
Concluded the work vacation ahead of schedule. That's ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
But it's still cut short now.
You're right.
You know, I concluded work ahead of schedule. I will return to Abuja on Tuesday, September 16, to resume official duties. The president departed for France on September 4, 2025 to spend part of his annual holiday and was initially scheduled to divide the period between France and the United Kingdom. Last week in Paris, President Tinubu held a private luncheon with his French counterpart, President Emmanuel Macron, at the Élysée Palace. Both leaders reviewed key areas of cooperation between Nigeria and France and agreed to deepen the partnership for mutual prosperity and global stability. This is coming from Special Advisor to the President, Bayo Onanuga. Well, it's good to have the President come back. That's good news. Another good news is that the Presidency has also cancelled the FOB that was to be implemented on importation, which is the free on board levy, which was to be 5%.
So
we talked about that too.
And the presidency has also, removed that 5% charge on telcos, the tax that they used to be on calls.
So I have two reactions to that.
The presidency is in a very generous mood.
Suspension of the implementation of the 4% FOB charged by Nigerian Customs Service. They said the following, I think it was particularly this paragraph too I had an issue with. It said, following extensive consultations with industry stakeholders, trade experts and relevant government officials, it has become clear that the implementation of the 4% FOB charge poses significant challenges to the Nigerian trade facilitation, environment and economic stability. Many importers and businesses have raised concerns about the increased financial burden this levy imposes, with potential adverse effects on inflation, trade competitiveness, and the overall business climate in Nigeria. Now, the two reactions I have to this. One, I mean, this is signed by PEM Secretary Special Duties for the Honorable Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun. And the reactions I have would be, okay, it's great, because there's a lot of pushback on this.
Yeah.
There was a pushback on this by Nigerians. Nigerians felt like this was not a good move. Business owners complained.
It was
direly,
loud.
So the pushback was loud, and I'm glad that the government is listening. But the other complaint or the other pushback I would have about this is, if they're saying that this decision, the decision to suspend it, was based on interaction with relevant stakeholders, did these consultations not happen before? Why do we seem to often make policies and then see exactly, we go ahead of time, and then when we see the impact, the negative impact and the applicability of it, or the difficulty with the application of these policies, we then backtrack and suspend it? What would be better would be to have due consultation with relevant stakeholders and decide if to roll out certain policies. And if we find out that, these policies are not applicable now, then we pause. Because what it might do is it might make us seem like a very unserious people, that we go make one policy, and realize it's not working, reverse it. We've seen that yo-yo dance happen more than once with the federal government and the policies that they've implemented.
You're right, but the good news is, I mean, they've suspended this.
So the good news
it
is
would be a relief for
And this is not
business
the first time it's been suspended. This is the third time.
And I don't even like that
It's
word,
being
suspension.
suspended.
Suspension is temporary.
Suspension means pause to resume at a later date.
Same with the 5% on the fuel.
So they should cancel it.
Yeah. So it's back and forth, and I think I agree with Olive. Before you even go ahead and say, let's put out a press release that the president has suspended, why didn't you have a sit-down conversation with the same stakeholders? Now, recall that last month, while we talked about the FOB, we saw stakeholders protesting. They were protesting, yes. Both car dealers, people involved in, shipping, name it. Importation and all that. And they were talking, they gathered together and they were protesting. In short, some even linked it to tribal, reasons, because you have more Igbo people, Nigerians, come on. Anyway, they kept protesting, said it's enough, they shouldn't do it. So now that, like you said, couldn't you have just listened to them and sit with
feelers. Then
but
before
now,
you come up with a policy, that's why the National Assembly, they do town halls and consultations.
Yeah, committees are set up and all that.
Committees are set up in the process of passing a bill to get feedback. And you could see that second paragraph, it was very thorough. And that's what you do. You don't put the cart after the horse. Yes.
You don't put the cart before the horse. The horse will always, and we seem to do that a lot. We then roll out this policy, and then there's a pushback. Then we go back and say, no. Even with appointment of ministers, remember when the name was put forth, everybody, how can you make this person minister of youth? Is this person even a youth? Then they quickly go back. But the good thing,
we have a listening government. We seem to have a listening government.
They listen when Nigerians push back. I think that is something that should be applauded.
Since they're listening, I would like to tell them, please, government, can you make petrol 200 naira per litre?
On that note, I think it's time for, let's get what Nigerians are saying, and then we'll share with you what our top stories are this morning. Whatever excuse they gave for the increment will still function after they have removed the 4%. They just tested the waters, and be rest assured, it will come back in another form. After all, there was no protest or uproar, and importation didn't stop. According to Ozumba Mbadiwe, Masterpiece says, very interesting and massive, and we're still waiting for our dear president to reconsider on the current 5% fuel surcharge tax, as it's going to raise further economic tension following the fact that our economic circulation depends on fuel, as transportation remains the bedrock of our economic float, following the fact that our country depends on regional economic diversification, and statistics remains that 50 to 60% lucrative empowerment scheme for our youth above, explanation explained to you, about 20 to 40 years, our transportation company like Keke drivers, Okada Mini and Shuttle Bus, Uber Timper and rest, which the 5% fuel surcharge, once it's implemented, will raise further economic tension, as our transportation company will use it as an advantage to increase their price. Basically, the summary of it is,
don't do it.
Don't do it, because you do this, it will go. It's a
It will have ripple effect, yeah.
across board. Gradually, Nigeria is getting better under Tinubu regime. Kudos, but you know, whenever they say regime, I'm like, oh, we're not in the military government.
It's administration.
It's administration. Our people rarely reduce prices to reflect changing conditions. Once prices go up, bringing them down becomes almost impossible. In Nigeria, the only real force that drives costs down is competition. Left alone, most businesses show little regard for reducing prices even when costs ease.
Absolutely.
Very true.
I remember they're always quick to say dollar don't go up.
It don't go
when
up,
dollar comes down, the price
doesn't
is
come
slow
down.
to come down.
Aiming at the right equilibrium is where the creativity of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his team will be greatly appreciated. They need to, for instance, correct a lot of fundamentals in both the informal and formal sectors, supported with consistent enforcement for service delivery like abroad, according to Ade. These are what Nigerians are saying. Tell him to buy bread for us while coming back. Chef Dami won't cook beans. Hey.
Please, they should
allow this girl breathe. Please, any small thing, Chef Dami this, Chef Dami that. She was just a young girl who dared to dream and was unfortunately exploited and manipulated. She has shared her side of the story. Let's allow her rest.
And she's gone to a proper chef school.
Yes, she's gone to culinary school. I'm proud of her for not allowing, what people will say to hold her back. We look forward to seeing.
She's a legend in the making.
Yes, to seeing the progress of Chef Dami. Okay, that's all that we can take this morning on our Wake Up Conversations. We'll now share with you what Nigerians are saying, but let you know that we're streaming live on YouTube. I will take comments much later as we proceed with the show.